What's good? What's good? What's going on, guys? Hey, we're here with a special guest, Marty M. I'm sure you're familiar with him. Let's dive into it. Wrestling Shoot! What's good? What's good? I'm Jesse from the Pro Wrestling Shoot. Joining me as always, James. What's good, James? And today, Marty M. I believe this is your first podcast, Marty. What's
Yeah,
good?
it is. What's
How's it
up?
going?
How are y'all today?
We're good, man. I've told you guys some stuff off air, but I mean,
Yeah.
I could be better,
Mhm.
but all in all, not too bad. Not too bad.
Yeah, I feel that.
How you doing, James?
Doing good, man. Just trying to survive this. I can't complain about this heat wave compared to what you got, and I don't know how it is over there in Canada for you, Marty, but
Pretty hot,
it's
but
getting there.
I have an AC and a fan blowing on me, so I'm not
Man.
struggling too bad.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah,
It
right.
works. Yeah, over here, death in Washington State. Death, man. Guys, if you're not familiar with Marty M, he is making all the fancy arenas that you see on Twitter. If you follow the Twitter space, there's a lot of cool stuff over there. I should have probably put some pictures in here to show some stuff off, but if you've seen the thumbnail, you've seen some of the things that he's done. He's done buried alive matches. He's done glass tables. He's working on all sorts of stuff. What is it? The scaffold matches. All the damn
those
thing,
are
man.
crazy.
Walmart.
It's nuts. So Marty, when did you first get into modding WWE 2K? Was it this year?
Last year.
Okay.
And 2K23. So Relic Reeves, you probably know who he is. He
Yeah.
mods as well. He was posting just like props around the ring, and I was like, damn, I kind of want to do that like with barbed wire props. And
Yeah.
that's how it started. And then after that, well, I just kept getting ideas and it just turned into what it is now.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So last year you started. I don't remember seeing you last year. I think it was just this year that you ended up popping up for the arenas. Did you start with arenas or did you start?
Oh, I was doing arenas like until like September. Then I wasn't playing the game anymore.
Okay, that seems.
I wasn't
seems to be the
around
regular.
for a little bit.
Okay.
But I came back for this game.
And how long have you been playing the games in general? So you started modding last year.
Oh, since like Shut Your Mouth and Here Comes the Pain.
Okay, so you played the classics. James, have you downloaded any arenas? Don't say yes. You're under oath. Just kidding.
You can't even get online,
Yeah, for real. Have you gotten any of them?
I think I had one. I think the Walmart arena. I know the one I referenced.
Oh yeah, the Walmart arena. Yeah,
the press conference one. Somebody mentioned in your Mike, thank you. The hockey arena was brilliant. That was a nice addition. I think that was doable. Oh man, there was a bunch of other ones. The ones I like that you had, Marty, were the curve arenas they used to do for a few pay-per-views, like the Summer
Yeah, I did
Slams.
those ones last year.
I think I saw you at Twitch doing those, and it's
I
very
did
intriguing.
see you last year. Then those were the I did see those last year.
The curved ones.
Yeah. I made some good ones, and then I just kind of disappeared for a while.
Yeah, I get it.
I wasn't enjoying the game that much, but I think besides the bugs and like all that stuff, the game this year is much better. Like the gameplay, I like it.
I agree. I think that where I stand with WWE 2K24, had it not been for all the issues that we're running into and probably the worst online server I've ever played, this gameplay wise, this is the best that 2K's done, I would say. Gameplay wise.
I do miss a couple things from 2K19, like the grappling, the chain grappling and stuff. I wish we'd get that back for sure.
An underrated feature too in 2K20 that I just recently went back to for I'm playing like all the old retro games, just getting video and making, I don't know, just notes for all the things that I would like to see in 2K25, kind of going back and playing some of the old stuff. But 2K20 had grapples to where they didn't take a lockup beforehand. You could just hit the
I miss those.
God, I love that. Like that was the one thing they did right in 2K20. I thought it was amazing. And obviously the chain wrestling within 19 was great. Stuff like that. But man, it's It's definitely like something to look back on, especially like the reversals with the
Yeah.
trigger buttons. I can't stand this controller layout for
Yeah,
2K20.
I miss not like having to lock up before doing every move except like a finisher.
Absolutely,
Because
man.
it's especially some moves, it just takes a like it just isn't realistic.
There's a lot of things that are not realistic in this game, Marty.
Yeah.
I don't know if you caught the latest video that we did about 2K25, but we were talking about all the features of adding wrestling back into these games and kind of breaking away from like the combo system. And I don't really mind combos as long as
The
they
combos are fine, but I find sometimes the AI spam them too much. Like
yeah. AI, man, like we've been having a lot of ups and downs with AI this year.
Oh
They
boy.
just recently patched it. I haven't really went back and played it, but I know I have some like gameplay videos that I got to get to now that apparently everything's patched. I don't know if it's 100% or not, but I'd like to go back to where the AI is not acting a fool. But when it comes to your arenas, the AI has problems. Is that correct?
yeah, with the ones where I have to raise the stage so there's no ring there,
Oh,
the
okay.
AI are confused, so they will only fight you if you're close to them.
Oh,
So you can still have stuff, film stuff, have matches, but yeah, they have to be close to you. But like the other arenas I do, they work fine. It's
I
just
think
like when things are in the way.
I think that your arenas are perfect for people like me who make content creation, right? Like just content creators in general. That press conference arena, if you wanted to do something fun
Yeah.
with that, like
That was
that
perfect.
yeah, it's so great. Or even
I-
the buried alive, arena is really cool. What frustrates me about these games is that we can get, amazing creators like you in here. What's the status? And other amazing modders that are in the community. And they can put things in these games that not even the devs put in. And that's frustrating. It's got to be frustrating to the community as well. But I guess that's what drove a lot of people to modding, right? Is that you
yeah.
guys just wanted to put more into the game that
Yeah, we want
we were
more from our
restricted.
product. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
the thing is, like some things they could do easily, like when it comes to creating an arena, basically all the things that you can use, like all the venues can create an arena, are there because they have their own create an arena folder in the files.
Hmm.
And all they have to do to add any other venue in there is just to make a same folder like that. And there's so many venues inside the game, like the Silver Dome, the MSG with the middle entrance. There's like a lot of things in there that they could add, but they just don't.
And you guys also like go through the files and find certain things, right? Like
Oh yeah.
DLC or whatever. Was it you that was posting about the WCW War Games, or was that somebody else?
I think that was Chainsaw Charlie.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was the guy.
Okay. Yeah, because I was seeing that and I was like, dude, are they gonna add that for like the
Yeah, so
WCW
I'm like
pack or something?
I'm like 99% sure, unless they do what they did with the dumpster, which was supposed to come with the ECW pack, the dumpster match.
Oh, okay.
That like it's in there and Rick's got it working. They
Hmm.
just like they got lazy and just didn't like animate the lid, so they just didn't put it in the game.
Yeah, it was just a
Oh, copy
casket,
that.
pretty much. Just
So
Dumpster.
I have like spoken with a couple of devs too that they were trying to put certain things into the game and sometimes they just have to meet the quota. So I don't like to always point my finger at these devs. It's the
No, a
time
lot of it
frame.
isn't their problem either. Like they're
Yeah.
working on codes that were like from way back in the day, and some of the stuff is still the same code from like SmackDown versus Raw.
Yep. That just shout out to that universe mode. 100%, man. I've been saying that forever and everybody was like, "Oh no, Lionel Jinx, he said they rewrote the code." I literally had the universe dev on the show and he's like, "No. We're still working through that."
Yeah, they fixed a lot of it, but they didn't rewrite all of it. Like if you go in the files, you can like even the crowd, like their phones. If you go, they have phones from SmackDown versus Raw, the ones that they
Oh,
take the
wow.
pictures with.
Yeah.
It's
wow.
funny.
Jeez. That's one thing that I've always wanted to like kind of dive into is once again, off air, I was telling you, I don't think I need another hobby, but man, how cool would it be just to get creative like that and mod the game or do things freely. I don't really care so much about uploading things to community creations, but to get like awesome content for YouTube or just
Yeah.
do something that people haven't seen, like your glass tables. I really dug that, how you got them to animate and break glass and everything like that. Like that's pretty rad, dude. How was that going into it?
So I just started modding weapons like this week because like
Right.
I seen some Smash made. I was like, damn, those look cool. I want to make some too. And I started off with the weapons in the game that aren't selectable. Like there's a lot of things in the prop section that could just easily be made a weapon. And some of them were weapons in 2K20, like all the weird bone ones and stuff. The bone the femur bone, all those are still in the files. And then there's like a crutch, there's a bunch of things. And some of them are just things from cutscenes and entrances, and they're not actually like made to be weapons, but they're easily you can just give them an animation of a bat or something.
Wow, that's cool. I didn't even think about that. So that now that you say that, the glass table is one of the props, correct?
Well, no, I made that one
Did you?
because yeah, because I mean maybe it's possible to use a light tube and like just warp it, make it break like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I just had to make the glass, and glass, it's weird, like certain things are just shaders. Glass is just the shader. So you put it as a shader and whatever material you want will be see-through like glass. And
Wow.
then you just gotta I just had to find a bunch of different pieces of glass to make like when it breaks.
And then it just animates that way? Dude,
So
that seems like
Wow.
crazy work.
so the way the tables work is there's like break files, and
Okay.
you make 3 models of the same thing in Blender, but you make
Oh.
each model a little bit different. So with the door, when you hit someone with the door, it chips paint off of it. So when you hit
Okay.
someone with the glass table, it'll crack a little bit. But
Shards
with
of
the glass
glass.
pane, yeah, and it'll like you'll
Okay.
see the frame bend. And then the third model is the one where everything's broken. So when you put someone through the table, it will turn into the other model and be the model with the broken glass. It's weird how it works.
That's gnarly, man. Yeah, that I can already see myself, like, if I was to get into this, I would be addicted to it. Just
Yeah.
Yeah, just like going into Blender and coming up with ideas, and you can make whatever you want and put it in the game.
that's
And you can even find free models of stuff on Sketchfab and other websites where you can just download and put them in the game because they'll come with textures and everything.
I've always wondered how this modding worked because I think the first time I started seeing mods, and this is just me like searching and looking at stuff on YouTube, but it had to have been 2K19. But of course, at that time, it wasn't, you couldn't get anything off of community creations for what is that? All the platforms at once, right? Like
Yeah,
it was
Mm-hmm.
crossplay.
Yeah.
crossplay. Thank you. For such long day, couldn't find the word. Yes, crossplay. So for 2K19, it was just if you were on PC, you could play with these mods.
Yeah.
And that was the first year I think that I'd seen somebody had made a war games, and I was like, dude, how can this guy make a war games and we don't have that in the game
Yeah,
yet?
it's
You know what I
pretty
mean?
crazy what you can do. And like now that community creations like is crossplay, it opens up console players to get mods too, but only certain type of mods. Like I see a lot of people complain like, "Oh, why isn't this on console too?" Only
Yeah.
things with creation modes can go for consoles because they can be uploaded to community creations. So like that's why arenas can be uploaded like that, but I
Okay.
can still only use what is given in Create an Arena. I can just put it wherever I want and put down more than the usual amount.
Oh, I got you. So that makes sense. So that's the reason why we're not seeing like
Like weapons and stuff.
weapons and yeah.
Maybe if they made a create a weapon mode and had it with
Oh
crossplay, you could
boy.
see weapon mods on there.
Yeah, because I see your weapon mods here, like the pizza cutter,
Yeah,
the guardrail mod you did, taser, just throw back to WCW.
yeah. The taser's
Uh,
actually in the game. It's a cutscene in My Rise. I think you use it.
Yeah. Yep.
yes. The Money in the Bank briefcase.
Yeah, that one's
Used as
cool.
a
I'm
weapon.
surprised that's not in the game, like, as a weapon.
That
Yeah,
one
you would
dents
think.
up too, right? I think I
Yeah.
remember you posting that.
So
Does it dent? Oh yeah,
yeah,
it does
so
dent.
some weapons have like I said with the door and the table, that you'll make multiple models, and since the stop sign in the game dents, you make whatever model you have dent or like change when you hit someone with it. So that's how that works too. So like the regular model of the briefcase will be non-dented, and then when you hit someone with it, it'll turn into the second model, which is the one that's all dented and stuff.
Yeah, that's rad, dude. I don't. Yeah, it's kind of weird that they didn't put that weapon in the game as is. I mean, we have
I
Money in
remember
the
you
Banks
used to
and
be able to run like break out during an entrance and use it, but I don't even think you can do that now.
I think it's gone.
I also remember a ring bell being at ringside at all times, and
Yeah,
that
it's
shit has
still
been
there and you can't grab it.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I don't know
so
why.
frustrating. The
Undertaker's
microphones,
urn.
yeah,
It's-
the urn, yeah, like everything
Yeah,
that is a WWE prop should be able to be used in this
You
game.
would
It's really
think
weird.
there's a lot of things you see for modding, like the simplest things that you would think they would put in the game, like just putting a chair and just opening it up. You can't even do that.
that's the
I know.
thing. Like, I feel like they need more fans to work for 2K, like when they're coming up with these things, because some things are honestly really easy to add in. Like you see modders adding things in within days.
Yeah,
And so like I know like the devs are busy and they have their own lives outside of what they do, so you can't like put too much slack on them. But that excuse of we don't have enough time sometimes isn't
yeah, yeah.
doesn't
I
set.
get it.
I mean, with full modes and stuff, it definitely like you can't add a whole mode in a year maybe, but like little things like weapons and stuff like that, definitely you can add.
Well, they better be
Like
able
what
to
they've been
fix.
doing, I like definitely what they've been doing though this year. They've actually been adding weapons, but they definitely
Yeah.
could add more.
So that brings me back to like some old dev conversations that I had right after the CM Punk pack. I was told that they were attempting to put the spin for Terry Funk with the ladder, where you hold the ladder and he could spin.
Yeah, yeah.
They were attempting to put that in, but the animation wasn't pulling off the way that they wanted it to. So I'm assuming that could make its way into 2K25. I'm hoping we get some more weapon grapples and
I think
things
that was
like
in the.
that. But
I think Alex or someone found that move in the files,
yep.
and I think they're gonna make it work because I think he was actually making a something like a pack for a bunch of custom and hidden moves, and you just have to bake it, and it'll actually rename moves too. So he's
Oh
gonna set
wow.
up a pack for that, like with the hidden blade, all those moves too.
Well, so if they do make those kind of packs, can you upload move packs and things like that to the community creations
No, since
with the wrestler?
not with so when it's custom moves or like modded moves, you're changing something in the files, which can and console players can't change their files.
Okay.
Hmm.
So that's why certain things even can't be uploaded. Like it's hard to
So,
explain sometimes, but
so if he's making a move pack, then it's just for PC players.
yeah, because it's something you can just bake, but like you can do custom moves, and there's hidden moves that you'll be able to use. But I think some moves might be able to go on community creations because some people have already put like the hidden blade and those ones up, but they
Yeah.
got taken down.
Yes.
So it might be possible for people to find some, but only if they're hidden, not custom moves.
Do you think that any of these mods have anything to do with the unstable servers that we get online for WWE 2K24?
So I know the devs said that the triple and double hair one does.
Yes,
It
and the intergender
Yeah.
stuff I think was a
but none of my mods do because I'm still only using what's provided
okay. So
within Trade and Arena, and I'm not adding like extra things from other pieces of the game in.
copy that. So you think it was just the double and triple hairs? I've heard that
Yeah.
crashed the game a lot anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely could have just been that. I mean, I've not seen as much like with logo bugs and stuff since.
But the thing is that the they have removed that. They've blocked the double and triple hairs. All my calls are fucking bald now.
Bald.
Like, that just-
Yeah.
so I mean, they blocked all of that, and the online servers still don't work. So it's like, what do you think is causing
The online
issue?
servers.
Yeah,
I
just like
honestly
playing
just
online.
I honestly think they just suck at online servers.
You know what? I have to agree at this point because
Yeah.
Because if they've never been good, like ever.
never.
No.
But this year it's like the worst. You
Yeah.
can't even connect really on
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Last year I played like because sometimes it'd be fun to make arenas and then go play online with them and see people's reactions to them. But like like randomly, like half of them just wouldn't even load into the game, or
You
play
can't
me
even get
against
a
a
custom
bot.
superstar.
That's insane.
Yeah, you can't even like if you have a custom superstar. Good luck getting online.
Oh, geez, the beginning days. I think me and Jesse we tried to do online matches, and we did one with Conrad, and I can't remember who you picked as ref, and you're like, "Hey, here I am," and I think it was forgot who you had a ref, and it was like another superstar in the ring.
You were seeing somebody else.
Yeah, no clothes, just a default call in the ring, and it was just a disaster. And I don't know what is up with these servers. You know, I know I'm trying to think what was the last stable server they've had for the game. Yeah, I don't know.
19 worked all right.
19, yeah, 19.
Yeah, 19 worked all right. I think 22 was okay. 22 and 23 we weren't really having problems on, dude.
Yeah.
You think? I mean, they weren't good by any means. Like you'd still get like choppy ass lag or whatever. And I don't know, man. I really don't know what to. The last game that I had a good online experience with, and I shit you not, is SmackDown versus Raw 2011.
Oh, 06, 07 we're down to earth.
No, those were great too. Yeah.
I think it was Game Spy or I forgot what it was called back in the day.
10 was good, 9 was good. Like
8 was fine.
8 was fine. Like all the SmackDown games were good online. I mean, I'm not talking about like all the games in general, so don't beat me up. What do you mean 2008 was good? I know that game sucked, but
yeah, it's still loaded.
for the server, it was fucking great, man. Let's shout out some people in the chat, man, because I know they got some questions too. Mike's up in here. What's good, Mike?
I'm down to answer some questions from the chat too.
Cool, man. I appreciate that.
Okay.
Everything pro wrestling. Conrad in the building.
What's going on, Conrad?
Joe,
good, always man. Pleasure.
Yeah, MJB, yo, what's good? Cali Warrior, hey everyone, best arena creator. He's very creative, and the ideas to and for the community creations is nonstop. Thank you. Keep up the good work.
Hey, thank you, Cali. I appreciate that.
Let's see here. Dap, what's good, man?
What's
he said salute to Marty M.
Hey, what's up, bro?
Oh, that's James. We don't care. We don't give a fuck about James.
I'm already here. Whatever.
Matthew Lopez.
I seen a standing ovation for me. Hey, he's back.
Good evening, Matthew Lopez. What's good, man? That's a running gag that we got from Matthew, man. I don't know why we just look at his picture and think
good evening.
This is what he's doing when he's doing the good evening. Yeah. K Money is king. What's good, man? Holding it down on Twitch for us. Taking a pic of Raw on SmackDown. Wolf mode. Can you go into the files and switch fighting stances off?
I mean, that might be possible.
That's
probably honestly is possible.
Honestly, yeah.
Because I
want to
do that. Now I want to do that.
Send me a message tonight if you find out that you do it.
Yeah,
I hate them. I hate those. Like, they are so horrible. They ruin everything.
They really do. It's terrible. And if you find out that
you know what 2K should do, you can turn them off with just clicking the analog, right? Why isn't there an option to just turn them off in options? Or revert it. Make it so you click it to make them go into the stance.
You remember back in the day, you were able to change them off and on.
Brother, if I had those answers, I would provide them right here on the show live for everybody.
I just want to know who thought that was a good idea and ask them why.
I don't know.
And the person that thought about having to lock up before every single move.
Let me find out. It's one of my good friends that's working on the dev team, and I want to be real pissed off.
How many events have you been to?
Yeah. Ray Jacobs, Marty knows what he's doing. Marty's a legend.
Thank you. I mean, I know most things, some things, not everything though. There's a lot of things I'm still learning on the PC side.
I wish we can interact with the wheel at Halloween Havoc. That'd be kind
Is
of
that a
cool.
possible thing, Marty, to interact with the wheel?
I
Has that
mean,
ever
it
been?
might be possible to, like, it would, you would have to make a prop set. Like, so a prop set,
Mhm.
just say is a TLC match, the prop set's the TLC, like the tables and ladders around the ring. So you'd have to make a
Yeah.
prop set in that arena and make a weapon that animates, like
Hmm.
something where you put them through it maybe or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I was hoping there was always like a match weapon wheel they used to do back in the like a raw roulette, and somehow you would spin it and the match would
But
happen,
yeah, I don't know how you would spin it. Like,
or some cutscene. I'm surprised they've never put that in the games.
What kind
yeah,
of cutscene?
they
Oh,
needed,
for the
Like a raw
roulette wheel.
roulette, yeah, and it would have those weird matches. It would be like
yeah, they need that, and they
TLB
need
table match.
they need to bring back the what's it called, the draft, and the even like, what if you could have like polls, like just pretend it's like Cyber Sunday or something,
That'd be
randomized
awesome.
polls or something.
That
That
blindfold. I think we mentioned we wanted the blindfold match, and that we didn't know how that was going to ever work. I don't know if there's ever a good.
dude, I want a dog collar match. That's what I
That was
really
Yeah.
funny.
want.
Yeah,
So that's the thing. That would be so cool. I just don't know how they would animate it. They have trouble with hair. So,
four corners or
but
Texas bull rope.
honestly, I would think they would have to make it similar to Bianca Belair's hair, because they got that to animate. It's not perfect. Like, it still looks stiff sometimes, but I would
It's a
take
lot more
out.
animated than
Yeah,
the
I
previous
would
couple
take
years.
that, like a bull rope or a strap match or whatever like that over
Yeah,
nothing. It's still not that bad.
yeah, absolutely.
They
Do you
would. It would be cool.
do you think that the previous games or the generations are holding us back, like the Xbox Ones, the
Oh
PlayStation
yeah, for
4s?
sure.
You think it is?
Yeah.
I know that gets thrown around in the community a lot. I just figured I'd get your opinion on it as
And I
well.
don't think
Even
that's going away. That's the
yeah,
thing.
even just on like on a smaller scale, like the logo limit and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's holding us back in a lot of ways, but like the quality of the game too
Well,
is
they made the
also.
logo limit kind of sound like it was a storage issue. Like, do you guys want to have like X amount of
Yeah, and
storage
it's
being used
not
in your game?
because
Like, I don't give a shit.
Mhm.
This is the only game I usually run if it would be
Pretty
good.
much, right?
You know what I mean?
and
Like,
it's funny because you do that, then you create another account on your PlayStation and you can go download another 1,000 logos. So why can't I have 2,000 on the same account?
yeah. No, I'm 100% with you, Marty. Like
I don't
this,
know,
it's a
like
little
I really
ridiculous.
don't know. And
Rashid,
that's been like a limit forever now. Like
too long. Too long.
there's a lot
Rashid
of
says,
things.
Yeah.
I wish we would finally get physics like SVR 11, especially interactive steps.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Hey,
Those were the
Rashid,
days.
I'm over here streaming SmackDown versus Raw 2011 at least once a week. Come over to the stream and watch them awesome physics in action because, dude,
Stack
I'm loving that game
tables.
so far.
And ropes, the rope physics.
Oh
Like
God.
remember when
Yes.
you used to be able to get tipped off of ladders and like get
Yep.
crotched
You
or
would
like
Yep.
trip
fall
over 'em,
into the
yes.
rope or like
Well, you had interactive spots too that actually put you within the match to where it wasn't you weren't just watching cutscenes unfold. Like you can
yeah.
drag somebody to the rope, and it would let you like flick up and down the stick to
Down, yeah,
bounce
and
the
make
ropes.
yeah. I was just
Mhm.
about to say that. Like if you like just say you tip them off a ladder and they land a crotch on the rope, like
Yep. Yeah. So they had all of this in the games previously. It's kind of crazy
and
when you look back on
so
some of this stuff.
I was saying something the other day about stacking tables. Stackable tables are still in the game. Like if you go into the files, there's tables called stackable tables. They just don't have the animation working to where you take them out and stack them or something. I don't know.
Hmm.
So like you
That's
have
so
to mod
crazy,
them.
dude.
You have to mod
Yeah.
them and have them start on top of the other tables because you can't manually stack them.
So when you mod them and you start them on top of the other tables, are they both breakable?
Yeah, but if you break the one below it, the one above it will be floating. So you have to make sure you break both of them.
Oh,
There's always something, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, that makes sense though
I
because
wish they
mod
would
is quality.
add it back, but like because that's the thing too, like interactive, like the stacking tables, the hitting, like putting the chair over people's ankles and neck, stuff like that could have led to so much more. Like Like even like remember the catching finisher, or not the catching finisher, the kendo stick yes lock.
Yeah.
That
Yep.
was a
Yes.
finisher with a weapon. Imagine what they could have evolved into if they kept those things in the game.
Dude, they used to have like awesome little weapon grapples. You used to be able to do the concerto. You could put a chair over
Lion
somebody's
Salt with the
legs.
chair with Sabu.
Yeah.
That
You know
was
what's
Yeah.
one.
funny? The once in a while, if you go near their head with a chair, you will get the prompt to press X to put it on their head, but it doesn't work.
Huh.
Really? I've never
Yeah,
noticed that.
I've gotten it in this game. It's like it pops up for a millisecond.
I'll bet you that they're trying. They have to. It's
They
not that they
have to
don't know that
Yeah, they must have
everybody wants
broke
this
it by
shit
doing
back.
something else. Like
Yeah.
like how they don't know everything about the code of the game because some of it's older than like the 2K series.
Or maybe they just broke it by adding that shitty ass My Faction, but that's another story. I don't know. Legendary Yobi says, shout out to Marty.
Yo, what's up, Yobi?
Thomas, what's good? He says, I would like to see 2K to add smaller outdoor arenas such as baseball and football stadiums, high school stadiums for indie shows. Well, hell, man, go download Marty's creations. He's got plenty of those, man.
It's weird that. Sorry, go ahead, Marty.
Oh no, you can go. You can go first. So
I was going to mention that I don't understand why they never added like the long ramps for like WrestleMania. They would have the long, huge ramps on the show, and then you just have the little miniature ones, the standard ones. I don't understand why.
Yes, and all they have to do is just add an extra scene into the entrance. So, like if like in Create an Entrance, there's all those different like there's stage, there's intro, there's ramp, there's ring in, and then there's ring.
Yeah.
If they added an extra one of those, just one more, they could do that. Or if they had a small, like just say Madison Square Garden, right? They could have that, but take away the stage part of the entrance and just have you start on the ramp portion. But they don't do that for some
reason. That's crazy too, because they have certain people coming out of the crowd, right? Like you can have like certain crowd entrances on.
But it's only on one arena, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like they don't even have that many fucking arenas in this game. I don't understand. You know what I mean? Like we used to get so much more. Did we lose you?
Oh, my bad. Someone came in my room for a second.
No, you're good. You're good.
So yeah, wait, what were we talking about again?
I said they don't even have that many arenas in this game.
Oh no, so and it's funny, in Create an Arena, it's been exactly 10 years and we still have the same everything. They've added maybe a couple Trons and parts, but half of them, like certain walls, you can't even put logos on them this year. And
I really don't understand that.
And what's crazy is when they added the second stadium, they took away another indoor arena instead of just keeping it and adding them. And this is like in 2K18. That's how long it's been since they added anything to create an arena, like arena venue wise.
It's wild to think about, man. I don't know what the mindset is behind what they do and why they take away to add certain things. But it honestly pisses me off, like thinking about it, like how much we could have in this game dating all the way back to, like James said, SmackDown versus Raw 06. Like just why take these features away instead of just like making them better? We could have still had creative finisher. We still could have had, like some of the other things that we had in the games, like the weapons physics. We only seen that for 1 year. 1 year.
Was it 1 year?
SmackDown versus Raw 2011.
Oh, jeez.
That was it. It might have worked on. I have WWE 12 sitting right here, so maybe I'll pop this in and see if it's any different. But
it's I don't know what they're doing sometimes.
Yeah, like the backstage brawl arenas are so bland. I'm like, there's so much.
I have some plans to mod some of those, like some actual like PC mods, but like I'm gonna add some cool ones, parking lot and like stuff like that, because I don't understand. Like, so they say they want to replicate what's on TV as much as they can. Why aren't there more backstage areas? Like
Gorilla.
Gorilla.
I don't think they've ever put Gorilla.
There's only one interview area, and it's always Raw.
Gorilla?
Didn't they have they had Gorilla when it was
they did 2K19. Yeah, you walked through Gorilla.
You walk through Gorilla to get to the hall, and then
the
was there people sitting in the back? Was there people in the back in the
Some
gorilla?
people would walk around a little bit.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Okay.
like you could see Triple H back there sometimes,
Yeah.
and
It was
wrestlers and stuff.
yeah, it was dope.
And
I
there
thought that
was
backstage was so much
I
better than what we
remember,
got.
yeah, there was a locker room you could go to. There was catering. There was the parking lot with the climbable truck.
Yep.
Yes.
And you want to know what's funny? Those trucks are in the game still. They just don't have the ladders on them.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
man.
Oh,
There's the
Ukes.
truck, like the Lita truck with Lita in them on it, and then there's a truck.
I would think they're jotting down these notes. Hey, when Rock and Cody were fighting out of the rain, I would think hopefully they add that in
Let's
the
do a parking
future.
lot next year. Like
That one, bring back Gorilla, go
they
back to
need
the
to
old
do
school
what they
games.
did in the where like they even have the physics in the game to do this. You know, like when you go from the ring to the backstage and you click, and there. Why don't they do that? But with backstage areas where you click, like just like SmackDown versus Raw, or Here Comes the Pain, and like those games, the little green arrows you went, and it would take you
Climb the
to another.
helicopter and then climbing up the fist and all that.
Like, I don't understand why these aren't things that they do. Like, the backstage area is important to me. I think it's important to a lot of, like, because
I
it
think,
just adds
yeah.
more life to the game. Gives you more to
It-
do than just have a match in the ring.
So, are you still able to go from the ringside,
Um,
or the stage, I guess, in
I'm
a
not
regular match
sure.
and go backstage? Because I don't
I'm
think you
not,
can.
I'm not
I was told
sure.
you could.
But if you can, it's only in the in-game arena. So if you created one, you can't.
Right. Right. Just
here's
like
an
you
idea.
can't get like over the barricade and like the
Yeah,
creative
you can
arenas and stuff.
you can only get over the normal barricade. Like if you put a normal barricade in the Korean arena, you can.
Oh, okay.
If it's the like but only if it's the one like the indoor sports arena. If it's any other arena, you can't go into the crowd unless you take away like since I can mod it, if I take away the fence, like the part of the like the barricade on the ramp, some arenas you can walk in the crowd and even like through the people.
That's awesome, man.
But like I don't know why that's not in the game. Crowd brawling and like
Yeah.
except
I've been
like the
pushing for
little
that.
crowd brawl they have now, it's like a little cutout path that you can only do little brawls in, like punching
Yeah,
until you get to the
nor the
little
back
area.
ramp.
I always wondered like why we weren't able to like go up into the 100s, you know what I mean? Walk the corridors. There's
Yeah.
so many like ideas that could come to the game that we've seen
It
on
would add
TV
so much
multiple
life.
times. Yeah.
Here's one that I've never thought I would think they would put in. Hopefully, we've seen it. I know SummerSlam's coming up. They had Lesnar a few years ago put a what was it, the forklift right under the ring and
Yeah.
lift it up. I'm surprised they never integrated that in.
Yeah,
Or
what they
have
could do,
just
like imagine like so you know how there's paybacks, right? Imagine a payback like that, like the run-in payback, but it's like a payback where they come in like Stone Cold with the beer truck or like Kurt Angle with the milk truck. Like super like oh my god moments too. Those like why did those get taken away?
They're still technically in the game. They're just
they're
Regular
just
moves.
regular moves now.
very
Except the
lackluster.
barricade spear isn't like possible.
You can't do the spear, but you can do certain
Break it.
moves that break
Yeah.
the barricade, which
It
is
doesn't look right. Like
yeah.
they don't even go through it. They come back towards you. And the
Okay.
other day, I was playing and I did a 3 amigos at the bottom of the ramp, not even near the barricade, and all of a sudden the barricade just exploded.
Wow.
And I was like sometimes I'll sit there and I'll throw someone at the barricade 20 times, hit 20 moves up against it, and it just doesn't break. But then I do the 3 amigos at the bottom of the ramp, and the spirit of Eddie Guerrero breaks the barricade for me.
Jeez, there's so much you can add into this. You were able to use the Undertaker's bike. They can throw that in. Quads.
So you got a bike in one of your new arenas. Is that playable? Can you use that?
The bike is just a stage prop. So
Are
all
you able to mod it on PC though, to where you can
You
drive
can
it?
ride it around.
I don't know about riding it, but because there's no really animations for anything like weapon wise in the game, only for entrances. But what you could do, mod any vehicle you could mod to something else. So, for example, Call Life, he makes stuff like Mario characters and stuff like that. So you could make a Mario car to go with and it would actually move in the entrance.
Oh,
So it
wow.
act-
That's kind of cool.
But
didn't
I
know
don't
that.
think there's a way to like ride it around like on AEW Fight Forever. You can ride the skateboard.
Right. Right.
Have you
But-
ever
Which
tried
is
a mod on
awesome, by the way.
Fight Forever before,
Oh
Marty?
no, I don't even. I haven't played that game since the second week it came out.
Dude,
I didn't
there's
even buy it. Someone bought it for me.
there's a
'Cause
running.
I was excited for it, but yeah. It
What
was
did you
shit.
not like about it? Let's get into that a little bit. What did you not like about that game? What drove you away?
Okay, so just the first off, just the lack of content in the game, and especially when the matches are short. The matches end in like 5 minutes. Like you
If
can,
that.
like yeah, like
Mhm.
you can if you take a finisher and you kick out. If you're lucky enough to kick out, the next move it could be a finger poke of doom. You're not kicking out.
Facts.
It was that killed the game, especially because AEW is based off of having these amazing long matches, but in the game you're having squash matches.
Yeah. Yeah, and the reversals for me, I say this almost every
Took
time on
me
this
a- it took
podcast.
me, like-
Anytime AEW Fight Forever is brought up, those reversals,
Are
I'm just like, dude,
so-
the timing is
Yeah.
just it's so terrible. Like I cannot get with that timing.
It's
If I
almost
put
like
it on like the easy reversal, you know what I mean, to where you can press whatever, then it works. But if I turn that off and it's back to the triggers,
Yeah.
that timing is not
it's almost
accurate.
like it's almost like the timing of the 2K online servers.
It's worse. It's got to be
It's-
worse.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
but don't get me wrong, there's some things in Fight Forever that are really cool.
oh, the gameplay
Like
is
the
phenomenal.
course.
gameplay is great, but that's where it stops being great.
It's just very lackluster, very
Like-
half finished.
Like just the suicide dives you can do, like running, jumping to the apron from the inside of the ring, or jumping up to the post and doing the little triangle moonsault.
I like the
Getting on the barricades,
characteristics too of like
Everyone like feels like themselves.
yeah. So like you can get Penta to take off his glove and do his thing. You can get Orange Cassidy to put his hands in his pockets. Just certain things like that. Like I really dig. That's paying attention to detail, and
Yeah.
I love that.
The fighting stands weren't terrible.
No,
Yeah.
they're not
The
that bad.
the creation modes though killed the game in my opinion.
I
They're absolutely nothing.
I wasn't so hard on the creation features as I was the match types not being in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like 2024, you don't have a cage match,
Yeah.
you know, or
Like, that's
2023, I
weird.
guess, when it released.
Yeah, it's
But-
I don't know. Some things they do I don't really understand.
I'm hoping that they come back stronger than ever because that's honestly
Yeah.
without the AEW Fight Forever game, we wouldn't get, you know,
Oh yeah, there's some
20
things
of
in
the
this
features.
game you can tell that were like the ramp camera.
Yep,
That's a huge
the blood
one.
on the mat,
Yeah, I love
the blood on the mat, the mini game, the trading blows.
Yeah, the trading blows
5
thing.
finishers. You know,
Yeah,
there's
speaking of mini games, AEW Fight Forever mini games,
yeah.
they could have spent time on other things. But the one time where the mini games, I actually kind of enjoy them was during Road to Elite, where you're like on being the elite for the title or whatever. That
Yeah.
makes those fine. That's kind of cool. Like
Yeah, it was-
outside of that, they're pointless.
I honestly say the most that me and James have played online on that game together was probably the home run derby.
It was I was gonna say the baseball one.
The home run derby.
Oh, I haven't tried that one.
It was so
You-
fun.
you-
Like me and him stayed on there for
it was
hours
so
playing that.
it was so irritating. It was you had to play like Road to Elite. You had to. I think I did it because I was just bored, and this is the only game out at the time. You had to play Road to Elite like what 10, 20 times to unlock every single game mode.
Oh,
And
that's why I didn't play it. It's one of those ones you
that's-
had to unlock.
Yeah, you had to play it numerous of times. And then you had to take like 2 different alternatives to unlock certain stories. It was just a disaster.
Oh, I was
and-
getting angry just trying to win the casino battle royal. I was getting
Malachi Black, man.
yeah,
That's all you need.
The one kick, you're out
Yeah,
of the.
Malachi Black, dude, you got this. Gabe says
You could be nowhere near the or nowhere near the ropes, and somehow your character would just fly across the ring.
But I can
Jeez.
say one thing about Fight Forever. It was kind of crazy because like I barely uploaded to my YouTube, but I was doing like call formulas like back in the day
Yeah.
and getting
Calls
thousands of
WS.
views on them. Like I was making Will Ospreay and stuff, and there was
That's
like a high
awesome.
demand for those at the beginning. But then like the game fell off within weeks. It
Yeah.
was kind of crazy.
I'm hoping that it comes back stronger than ever. It just sounds like that Ukes and AEW weren't on very good terms, and I think that's
Yeah.
why we got the product we got. The game was totally over budget and out of time, and was being rushed to release anyway by not only the devs but also the fans, right? Like we were
Yeah.
all like, dude, hurry up and release this
Yeah,
game.
especially because this is when 2K took that time off
Yep.
because
So I think we
2K20 was
just
so
wanted something.
broken.
Yeah, I think we just wanted something at the time, so we were just really excited. I feel like it's a running gag at the moment too for like the wrestling code or Ultra Pro
Yeah.
Wrestling. It's just like, dude, give us something. Like I
The
keep seeing
wrestling
these
code.
DLC drops.
The wrestling code looks so good if it's actually real.
I think it is real. It is real. It's just it's like a running gag at this time. Like,
Yeah.
is this shit ever coming out, guys? Like,
It
Yeah,
looks
it's like
like
Veer Mahan coming soon and all this.
I've
crap,
even
you
Like-
seen
know?
wrestlers post, like, I haven't heard from these guys since I signed my contract. I was like, what? Like,
I mean,
that's
I guess they're
crazy.
taking their time. So
That's good.
when it comes out, should be crazy.
mean, see,
Because I
how
seen
Fight-
the Sandman thing they did. Like he looked fully animated, and they actually look so. Their models are better than the 2K ones.
Some of them.
Some of them.
Some.
there's a few bad ones in 2K.
Oh, there's terrible ones at 2K,
Booker
but then
T
there's
with
some
the
in
back
2K that
tattoo.
stand out like amazing, So
Yeah.
I don't know. Like CM Punk's model this year,
Yeah, he's great.
like, oh my God, they did such a great job on that. So that's the best looking CM Punk I've ever seen in a video game. So I was really happy with that. There's a lot of other models too. I think they always do a good job on like Triple H. Like Triple H always looks pretty damn good.
I would think. I mean, he's running the
Yeah.
ship. I'm pretty
He's
sure
the
he's like,
fucking
I'm the
boss.
first one.
Yeah, The Rock looked better this year too.
Not the My Faction.
There's a lot of yeah, not the My Faction one with the damn t-shirt.
with
Yo,
the updated-
Gabe's asking over here. Can you do a Cobra Kai dojo arena?
I mean, it's possible.
He's like, I could do whatever I want. Rashid says, I go back to 2K18 sometimes to have something different, and the details like grapples, chain wrestling, tire. Did 2K18 have chain wrestling? I can't remember that.
I think up until 2K9 or 20 had, I think, or
I
because
think
chain,
so.
it was up till 2K20, I think. It's either they took it out for 20 or they took it out for 22. I forget.
Conrad, big supporter of AEW Fight Forever, says blame the devs on Fight Forever.
There's a lot of issues with it, but yes.
He's putting the tears. Sorry, Conrad. The game has to be talked about when we're talking video games and wrestling video games. I'm sorry.
He's already heard it numbers of times.
Trust
I had
me,
to make
dude.
room.
I wanted it to be like really good too.
Yeah.
Joe
By the way, DLC coming out tomorrow for it.
Oh, is it finally coming out? I bought that
a while. July 10th. July 10th.
So listen, here's the thing too, is I don't play the game. I did hop on it last weekend, but I never really play this game. But I do buy their DLC. I buy their DLC just to like support what I can, you know what I mean? Like, hey, buy something from this game so we can hopefully see another one. That's kind of like where I'm at with it. Or maybe
I'd like to see them go the 2K route, make a simulation style game with like realistic models, but have arcade features too. Like
what you have in Fight Forever.
Yeah. Instead of simulation.
I think that's what's lost in translation is people think you have to have one or the other. You can have a simulation realistic game with arcade aspects to it, like big bumps and like climbing on New York Times Square, like doing stuff like that.
Yeah, I think
that's still a game. Like just because it's simulation doesn't mean you can't do things that will kill you in real life. It's a game.
Zay Riders, guys, should Ukes return to 2K games?
I think that ship has sailed.
Yeah, I think that's done.
I think they're burning the bridge.
Yeah,
their Ukes have been burning a lot of bridges lately.
Yes, and that's the reason why we got a not so good Fight Forever. If you guys really want to know, like Ray says, I'm so frustrated with 2K24. I'm just waiting on 2K25 and not wasting my time. Still keeping up to date with the game. You know what's wild is that we say comments like this. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Yeah.
not like throwing shade at Ray, but it's like, you know, every year they got our ass, right? Like with these 2K games. It's just like
I'd
there's
say
no
you
other
just
wrestling game.
enjoy
Oh,
your product. You bought it, so enjoy
Yeah.
it as you
But
can.
yeah,
I mean, yeah, if it's enjoyable, right? Like,
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
and
if your game's crashing every 5 minutes, and
yeah, the online is just that's a big thing to
yeah,
me. And
that's
then
a
all
thing. Like people like you who like online, and there's probably some people that like really like online. Like they buy the game to play online against their friends, and like those people are getting the short end of the stick
I
because
personally think that the online is a hook for every game. Like that's how I've looked at almost every game that I've bought.
Call of
Like,
Duty for years. I mean,
well, Call of Duty is a strict online game for me now. Like, I mean, I'll go back and play like the campaigns for those games, but I mean, let's be real. That game is the online. That there's nothing else after that one small campaign. But when it comes to like WWE games or, you know, any kind of fighting game or, you know, like a Red Dead Redemption, Grand Theft Auto, you know, that online kind of keeps you hooked. Like, fuck, Grand Theft Auto survived for how many years now because it has that GTA online.
yeah,
They're
and
pumped
there's
out
so
for
much
3
you can do.
yeah,
generations.
yeah. They just pumped out like another update on there, I think, recently.
I-
Still
I-
going strong.
3 generations of one Grand Theft Auto game. That is crazy to me. I
It's
bought that game on
crazy.
the Xbox 360. 360.
Yeah,
I think it was 360 days. Yeah.
And then I bought it on the one. Now I got that shit on my Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. Like, I don't even play it, but it's like, how did you get me for 3 generations? You know what I mean? So that's the hook, man, is there's always something to go back and do on these games.
yeah. You could
And I
take a break from like GTA for a year and come back, and there'll be so many different new things for you to do. It's almost like a new game.
yeah, I absolutely.
Hmm.
Do you kind of feel like the WWE games shouldn't be yearly?
I think they
My
should
my
be bi-yearly, like
do you are
like
you
what they
ever
did with
worried about them?
2K20 to
Are you ever worried
2K22.
about them not being like up to date though if they do bi-yearly?
If they did that, they could like so I mean they can add they made the excuse they can't add people blah blah blah, but they do it with my faction, so that excuse is at the window now. So they could
Yeah.
have live updates like certain people like obviously if someone comes to WWE, they can't make us wait 2 years for them to get put into the game. So maybe they would do like the DLCs that were planned and then live update DLCs where they add new people that weren't planned, almost like a my faction, but
So you think that they can run it like sort of like a live service for a year
yeah.
for by like the updated Raw and SmackDown arenas, for instance. We got the
Yeah.
WrestleMania 40 arena, you know, things like that. So we could get new arenas, we could get new models in the game, updated attires at least.
Remember
Uh,
the big rant from last year for 23? The first thing that was downloaded was Dominic going to Judgment Day because he had the
yeah,
old look going
Yeah.
on, and that was the first thing. I think they could have done a live service and just, you know, I get it for certain models, but now they have already proved it with, my faction
Yeah.
and,
A lot of the
besides.
excuses that they used to say, they can't say them anymore because with my faction, they've kind of exposed they can do these things.
that's true. That's true. Joe Compton says AEW needs to put out another game and learn from their mistakes from Fight Forever. They have the capabilities and potential of making a fairly solid game. Well, it was Ukes, like I said, Ukes, and Ukes obviously look, Ukes help design all the SmackDown versus Raw games, right? So, um, it's not that they don't know how to make a good wrestling game because they can certainly do that.
We've
It's
seen it before, so
I think they just yeah, I
It's
think
almost like they got an ego now. They're like, we know who we are.
yeah.
We're Ukes.
we just did this on purpose to be bad. We'll
You,
come back
you
stronger.
need us. We don't need you.
2K20 just crapped the bed. We'll come out with 22 and 23.
Who you gonna go to? EA? Yeah, that's where it's
You're gonna
at,
go to
man.
Midway like TNA? Oh, they're dead.
Yeah, yeah. What's going
Man,
on, David?
TNA's game was fun.
It
It
was
was.
fun.
It had some good
Ultimate
aspects.
X. When
The
you
the
had the Ultimate
suicide
X.
storyline, everything was so good.
I like the double reversals in that game where you could reverse a reversal. Like that was nice. That was a
Yeah.
nice touch.
Ultimate X. No one can ever beat me. I was always undefeated.
Byron Keller says Ultra Pro Wrestling comes out next year. It's going to be fun. MJB says I was wondering where Braun Strowman's Superman tattoo went. 2K.
Copyright.
Yeah, copyright. Yeah, it's
I
true.
mean,
Like
but they're
the-
able to put Booker T's tattoo on his back when he's never shown it on TV.
Yeah, we can't get that Pepsi logo from CM Punk. I'll tell you that.
So I'll put Coke on there.
Yeah.
Ray. So he asked how long it takes to make an arena, and how long it takes to make a very unique one. So it's kind of different with PC mods and the communication stuff. Communication stuff doesn't take as long because since I'm using stuff in the game and adding my own images for textures for like walls and stuff, it doesn't take as long as if it was a PC mod where you have to retexture every little piece in the game and you export it back. It's like it takes a while to do PC mods. So for PC mods, they can take weeks to complete, and that's if you're actually like working on it consistently. But for like the communication stuff, I can usually create an arena within a day or two, unless it's something where I have to mess with things a lot. Like so the scaffold match, I have to find like the perfect level of the platform, the perfect way to get up, move things around so like they're just in the perfect position. So stuff like that can take a while, but like just custom arenas for communications, it can take a couple days or so. But yeah.
How long did the I think you make the water arenas? There was that one. I'm trying to remember what other ones you made. You just made so many. It's just so many to track.
Oh
But
yeah,
the water one.
the water one from last year. That one probably took a day or two because so how I do like water or like just different the floor, like you'll notice sometimes I have grass on the ground and like it's
Yeah.
not the normal floor. So it's actually crazy because what I do is there's one ramp in the game where it's like one of the ramps that are flat on the ground. And the ramp is actually so big that it extends outside of the actual venue. So if I move that forward, because usually like where the ramp is positioned, you can only really texture the stage part, right? Like up at the top of the stage, you can only put logos up there and stuff. But if I move the stage itself and I push it forward, all of that like piece of the stage that we don't normally see gets pulled up too. So I'm able to make custom grounds and stuff. And this like certain state like the thick stages, they have collisions, so like you can't walk through them. But this one is like since it's just a flat plane, it doesn't have collision. So if I raise it and make it look like water, it's like almost like having water or lava surrounding the ring.
That's
So when you
interesting.
go, I was gonna say, so when you go into making like the arenas, do you like for certain match types, do you have to integrate with it? Like say you want to put a Hell in a Cell in the pool arena, or the one I'm seeing right now, you have the Rumble for the Subway one, or does it just base off like a regular singles match and everything
Talking
should
about
flow?
the fatal 4-way backstage or
So they're
Well,
just
just any match in general.
so my arenas, like they're so that since they're like arenas, you can play any match type in them. And like sometimes I'll have that in mind when creating them. Like if I'll make an arena where the Hell in a Cell has like something to do with the cell or this cage, I'll have to kind of make the props, put them where the cage and the Hell in a Cell would be. So like when I load in, they're in the correct position. But you can play any match types in the arenas, except like it's weird because some arenas like are meant for the ramp cam,
Yeah.
and you can't play ramp cam and like cage matches, a casket match and stuff. So like that's the only time we'd really have restrictions is if it's a like a ramp cam one and you would want to if you wanted to play like a casket match or something.
Yeah, I'm seeing the one like the you had a courtyard one. Oh yeah, the one I think Cornell was all over you for was the Waffle House one.
Yeah, that one was fun. With the Waffle House one, so I made the 3D Waffle House with Trons of putting them where like, and then the way I positioned them was where the ambulance would be, so you could climb the wall of the Waffle House and like it would look like you're on top of the Waffle House.
Yeah, it's like throwing someone. Yeah, I see it right now. Yeah, right on the roof, throw
That's so
someone right in the ring.
that's so fucking rad, dude. Like that one in the Walmart popped me so
Yeah,
much,
the
dude.
Walmart one, I took the stage, like a normal like raised stage, and I like just moved it up and sideways so it's closer to the ring, and you can like dress it up as anything you want with images and like props and stuff. So it's like having the stage next to the ring. You can, and if you like do moves off the stage, you can land in the ring. You can land on the steps. You can land like pretty cool.
So is it possible to I know we were talking about AEW Fight Forever and you didn't touch it too much. I'm seeing E's comment down here. It says need a Waffle House in AEW Fight Forever. Was it possible to get in there and mod anything from Fight Forever?
Yeah, you can mod Fight Forever. I know they were having mod blocks though, like even worse ones than what 2K were doing. But I think
Really?
now,
Oh, lost him for a second.
Lost him.
Yeah, I
So
see his Mall America one. He made one for Skate 4. You'll remember that.
that's awesome. Zay Ryder says WWE games have always been a yearly game. Look at WWF No Mercy up until WWE 2K19. All of them have been really good up until this point. That's not all of them.
Yeah. No, not all of
2K15,
them.
dude. I went back and played that. 2K15, 16, 17 was all right. And then 18, I did not like. 19 was good.
Man, you got to scratch my memory on all these. It's been years.
Dude, so I've been playing all of them. Obviously, getting
Yeah,
some
you got
B-roll.
them all.
I got some stuff cooking up that I'm hoping to start this week. I was supposed to start on my vacation and start making some videos, man, but time got the best of me, and some stuff came up with the family. Had to spend the time with the family, but I was able to get that
yeah, I'm
huge
back.
video
My bad.
out. So no, you're good, man. You're good. I understand. So yeah, I got some stuff cooking up definitely for some retro gaming, man.
I got one for Marty that I didn't even remember. I didn't know Cena followed you.
Yeah.
John Cena.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel too special because he follows a lot of people, but
Well,
like,
Yeah, I
fuck,
know
you don't
he
follow
has.
us.
I know he has
it's
said
weird.
that.
Like, it's weird to think like, what if he's scrolling sometimes and sees my tweets?
That is
Like,
kind
it's just
of
weird to think that. Or like he clicked on my profile at one point and clicked follow.
that's actually pretty rad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
John Cena, man. That's
pretty crazy.
get your flowers where they're due, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sooner fan says, can a modder fix spaghetti code problems in universe mode for their copy of the game? Like if you were to fix can you get into the code for
yeah,
universe
so
mode for your
that's
own game?
possible. Yeah, you can mod anything in the game.
Oh wow.
You can like you can go in the code, try to find things, try to fix what you can, but like it's funny because like the devs, they're almost as clueless as us when it comes to what's in the code, because some of them weren't working there. Well, most like all of them now weren't working there when the original code was made, because
Yeah.
it's still from like SmackDown versus Raw basically,
Right.
and that's what the issue is and why things break when they add more things, because some things they don't know what they do in the game.
That's crazy.
Like you can like even there's like you'll find the prompts for things. You'll find even in the string database, you'll see all like old animations and stuff like with the concertos and like, so there's
MJ
some way they're in there.
MJB says, so let me get this straight. Ukes can make a beach type arena, but with 2K, it's a hit or miss. Maybe the technology we have today seems so advanced. Call of Duty pulled it off with Advanced Warfare. Yeah, Call of Duty is a different beast, though, man. I don't know. 2K is a sports gaming company.
I
The
remember the
Utes, for the
modding,
most.
and I know this is years ago. I remember the Tony Hawk days where you can create like a whole skate park. The mods were wild on that back in the day.
Tony Hawk. Good old days.
I know.
Good old days. What Legendary Yobi says he followed me recently. he actually mentioned that he follows a lot of people because he wants the experience to experience everyone's positive and toxic behavior.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Let's see here. Never thought I'd see the day when Cena got too old for public jorts. That's great, man. Yeah, so it's crazy to think about, dude. So when you go into making these arenas, it's obviously time consuming for your own personal arenas that you can get offline. Like you recently did like the fatal 4-way backstage brawls and stuff, right?
Yeah, so those got content damaged,
Oh, did they?
so you can't do them now. But basically, you could have any match type in the backstage arena,
Like Hell in a
and
Cell
even
and all that shit?
rumbles. Anything worked, but
Oh yeah,
something
yeah, you could do a
caused
rumble.
freezing, like a ladder match. I think caused the game to freeze, but. You could have a rumble, and they, at the like how they even go like where the ramp part is up, where the vending machine, and they run out through there. Like it actually looked fun. I never even ended up playing it because they made it kind of damage too quick, and I was just not in other things. But like you could even have a rumble on the boxes, like backstage. You throw someone off the box, and they
Yes,
were
I
eliminated.
remember. Yeah.
Byron Color says, does Marty M have a YouTube channel?
I do. I can comment in the chat.
Yes, do that so people can
I haven't
follow
been
you.
uploading, but I do plan on starting soon. Like I want to do universe modes and stuff.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. Guys, click that YouTube channel. Actually, you can't even click the YouTube channel. It's just a comment, but I don't know if you guys might be able to see his page and subscribe
Yeah,
to
it's
it.
just Marty M. You'll probably find me if you just search it up.
So you got a picture of the god of pro wrestling, Kenny Omega. Is your favorite promotion AEW at the moment?
It's hard to say. I've been enjoying WWE more recently, like TV wise, but I still think AEW has better pay-per-views.
100%.
Like,
That's
so
I
I
just got
enjoy
done saying
both.
this.
I enjoy both, but I've been enjoying WWE like just because of the stories a little bit. I've been enjoying WWE more recently, but like before, like the last few months, I was definitely enjoying AEW a lot more, and especially up until Triple H took over. Like I stopped watching WWE completely in like 2K20 19, and then just
Yeah.
started. Like I even missed like I never missed pay-per-views or anything, even if I wasn't watching the weekly shows. But I like stopped watching completely for a while because it was just so bad.
Yeah, there was a certain point the shows were just doing terrible, and then Triple H took over. I'm just scrolling right now looking at stuff, and the Rascals are in NXT. Like that whole integrating with TNA has been wild.
Yeah, it's cool to see that. Like after WWE hasn't, you couldn't even fucking say someone's name that was in another promotion.
You have Joe Hendry showing up on TV, for God's sakes. Of all people,
there's a lot of things that are interesting today in WWE that would be
Easy
surprising.
the My Rise Airport is content damage this year.
I was gonna say
all of those backstage areas that were possible last year, they're all content damaged because they don't want us to have fun.
Because they don't want us to have fun. That's the best answer we could have gotten, man.
Because they didn't hurt anyone.
DR says, do you think they could still add wrestlers they cut into the game?
Well, you can get everyone, and Modder can put anyone in the game that they want. Even people from AEW.
Oh yeah, just ask Joe Mashups.
Even people, I don't know, from 30 years ago. Anyone you want. But not for consoles, if that's what you mean when you're asking that.
I think he's just meaning for PC in general. This sorry guys, this
in
little
PC
right
you
here
can add anything you want. You can think of. You can put Godzilla in the game. and have him fight King Kong.
Yes, I saw that. I think it was
Reeves was doing that, I think.
yeah, it was him that had the giant
And
like
I think
20-foot Godzilla.
what's the status was working on a what's it called? A Godzilla 2. I think
Hey, James, take over for a second, man.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just going through all your stuff, Marty. There's just so many arenas. Is there any upcoming projects you got coming up?
So for community creations, I've been working on the Def Jam stuff.
Oh, okay. I didn't know there's
I
a lot of
released
Def
4
Jam.
arenas with those already, like just for like I guess a teaser for it. Like these are big projects I'm talking about now, like, and I plan on doing a horror project too, like closer to October. I've showed off the Saw arena that's gonna be in that, but I'm gonna make more. Like I plan on making a lot of horror arenas.
So what
And
what what
then
what are you into? You said horror arenas. Like what's
See, I knew
what are
this
we
guy was
talking about?
gonna.
What are we talking about here, Marty?
oh
I'm a horror movie
so I got the Saw
connoisseur.
bathroom. I'm gonna be doing like Crystal Lake. Probably gonna try. I'm gonna do Elm Street, but I want to try to implement the house somehow. Like make it so you can go in there. Like
That would be rad.
see how realistic I can make that.
We gonna do some Friday the 13th swamp action or what?
Yeah.
That'd be gnarly.
Michael Myers could be cool. Yeah, I see that. I
Michael
want to
Myers.
make quite a few Saw arenas because I with the Saw ones too. The way like there's like the Saw arenas are based on traps, so you can almost like
Yeah.
use match types to give you like winning conditions. Like with the Saw bathroom, it's a cage match, and you're supposed to escape through the door. Like how in Saw you fight and then the one person has to get out and the other person dies. And that's basically like so with the Saw ones, you can do match stipulations, but with like if I do like I did a Friday the 13th arena last year, but my game corrupted.
Oh,
I never released it because it corrupted. But it was cool because I was able to move the stage up, but then you could also get down off the stage. And the stage was like the ground near the house, and then you could also go into the forest and stuff. So it's pretty cool what I can do with the horror stuff.
Joe Compton says Pro Wrestling Shoot, they need Gorilla Monsoon and Jack Tunney as pickable characters for my GM. Thoughts? I think that really comes down to licensing. And if they were able to get it, I would be down. I think that would be rad, man.
Well, I mean, I would think they would have to have some families if they're okay with having them in there. So
For sure. MJB says Michael Myers. Gabe says those Def Jam arenas are sick.
Thank you.
Yobi said someone modded Sonic in the game as well with facial
Yeah,
animations.
Call Life. He
and
does
all.
great
Sonic.
work.
Who was it?
Call Life. He,
Oh, okay.
He's made Crash. He's made Donkey Kong, Sonic. He's gonna do a lot of them.
That's
and
awesome.
like he makes them have, and they all like if you use him in the game and you see him running, he looks like Sonic running. Like he actually has all the real animations that Sonic would have in the movie or the game or whatever you want. Like he actually walks like Sonic would in the game in the Sonic.
And here we are with Persona cards that are
Don't even have
64-bit and shit. Like, come on, brother. Come on. Hey, so how about these titles? A modder that I follow, obviously I follow like Joe Mashups too. Joe Mashups is incredible, but Rips is
Rips, he's great.
It's incredible.
Critic tools too.
Yeah, and he has the titles and stuff. How does that work when you get on PC? Are those are those downloadable, or do you have to go and mod those in yourself?
So there's 2 different ways. You can add it to its own slot, which takes like work. You have to go in and change the code yourself. And like but it's like once you do it once, then like you know how to do it. But it's
okay.
When I was learning like to add in a slot for a character, I feel bad for the person that was teaching me because I felt so stupid. But then you get that moment where you're like, oh wait, okay. And then once you know how to do it, then you can do it again like within like 5 minutes.
Does this take up storage onto your or your PC or anything? Like the more
each mod will take up some storage. Like when you download, but if it's something in the game itself, it doesn't really take up storage, but if you're adding something new, like adding a slot, then it will. But
Okay.
not very much storage.
So what
Because-
you're saying is you can actually replace things within your game if you wanted to. Like
Yeah, and
if you
that's the
wanted a title,
other-
you can go and like replace like the new tag team titles. So I
Yeah.
can replace like one of the older tag team titles if
Yeah,
I wanted. And
And
put that in
that
its
is way easier to do because if someone so for that one, you just gotta take the go download the folder that he made, put it in your mod folder, and bake it, and then that's all you have to do, and you'll have. And because what you do to do that is the IDs for the title you want to replace. You just rename you rename your like the pieces, your title, your MDL, which is the model,
right.
and you rename that MDL the name of what you want to replace. So like
Does that works the same for like custom wrestlers
everything
as well?
Yeah.
So I can just go and replace anybody I
wrestlers,
wanted.
arenas, custom wrestlers like calls.
No. Like if I wanted to put like a modded Kenny Omega or
Oh yeah, you could just
Malachi
replace
Black.
someone in the game,
Okay.
and it's easier. But like, you would still have to go replace the call name and stuff,
Okay.
and like where he's from, and like. But if you didn't care about that, then like you can just replace someone in the game. But with titles and stuff, you can just replace them because you don't have to edit their height or anything.
Right.
Yeah. Has there ever been a mod where you can change like the commentary team, like instead of Michael
yeah,
Cole,
you
just
can-
insert a Jim Ross or a
There's
JR?
on Pro Wrestling Mods. There's the Attitude Era commentary team and the Ruthless Aggression. One of them has Vince on it, JR, and the King, and the other one has Michael Cole, JR, and King. And you can download them, and
Okay.
like you'll still hear the in-game commentators, but you can edit every sound in the game with Sound Editor. So you can go and replace those lines with your own if you want.
Oh,
So
okay.
And if you had the lines from an older game or from AI, you can make them say whatever you want.
Can you do the same with the ring announcers? Like put a
Yep.
Tony Chimble in? Really?
Yeah, Sound Editor actually has its own implemented AI,
Okay.
and it has all these different people from WWE and AEW, like voices like The Undertaker, Triple H, all the old ring announcers, JR, all like, and you can type in and it will sound it out. But like, obviously, it doesn't sound the best sometimes. So sometimes you'll have to put an extra syllable or something. But you can sound it out and make it sound good. So Pete Dunne is called Butch in the game. So I went and edited that, and I made it say Pete Dunne.
Wow, just a little neat thing. Some modding.
I'm buying me a PC copy right now.
Just integrate like No Mercy. Just
And someone has made a mod. They uploaded it to I think .discovery Discord. It's Justin Roberts, and he replaces Mike Rome. You download this mod, the model gets replaced, and I think his lines get replaced. Any mentions in the game of him is Justin Roberts now,
and nothing will crash this game by replacing all this stuff.
No, as long as you label all the files correctly, then everything will work. And basically, for the Justin Roberts mod, he took the Fight Forever vocals, like the lines from that game, and all the old WWE games. So he has all these call names of Justin Roberts saying them too. And what's cool about that is you have all the old wrestler names from the older games, the newer ones from the newer games, and then even AEW and New Japan wrestlers from the Fight Forever name, because they have all the New Japan guys, like the announcement names and stuff.
I'm sold. I'm sold.
Just knowing that. Wow.
Yeah. Like that sounds fun. There's so many people.
I mean, you can edit anything.
That's what I mean.
Jonathan Coachman in there.
You can go and change the crowd, the models of the crowd. If the crowd looks low, like they don't look as good as the in-game wrestlers.
What about sound? The crowd sound.
Yeah, you can edit any sound in the game.
Certain chants and all that.
Every single sound you can edit. So like you can put any chant in. You could when you do a big move and they go holy shit, or not holy shit, but what do they say? This is awesome. Yeah. You can make them say holy shit if you want. Like if you do a move that triggers that, and if you went and changed that sound, It could be whatever, or
I
even like
want
just them
AEW Fight
cheering.
Forever's crowd noise in WWE 2K24. I think that would be rad.
You could do that if you go and get all the files from that game and put them in this one.
I wonder, has there ever been a mod where you have the crowd somehow do an animation where they're throwing a beach ball around in the crowd?
I don't know if that would be possible, because I'm not sure if it's possible. Like, so with stuff like animating during the match, when you're not interacting with it, with the two games or the 2K games, everything that has an animation gets caused by something you do.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I don't think a modder would be able to do this, but if they added something like that to the game where something would trigger an animation, like mid-match, then you could do that. Like, because I was thinking, like, in the Fight Forever game, like, for example, they have birds flying in the air in the beach arena.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be similar to what you're, like, with the beach ball.
Yeah,
Would have to
there's
have an
someone throwing a beach.
animation. Because I had a plan, because Jake the Snake Roberts' snake, if you go into the files, his snake's in the bag. Like, but I don't think the snake can, like, is there any animation in the game where the snake moves?
I'm not sure, but can you take
Wasn't
that
there
thing
a
out and
winning?
hit
Yeah.
somebody over the head with the snake?
Yeah, so
Use it like
I
a
took the
cane.
snake. The snake is stiff. It's like just straight,
Oh,
and it's
okay.
in the. I wanted to
Throwing
animate
the,
it,
s-
but
the stiff
I didn't
snake
know if
at
it's
somebody.
possible.
Oh yeah, just toss the snake.
That'd be honestly, dude. This sounds like a blast. Like I'm sold on
man.
some
Dude,
of
you
this stuff.
can
Like you can
do
make this game so
anything.
much more fun than what it is.
Yeah,
So
it's literally anything can be modded. Like that's what I like about it. You have an idea and you can do it.
can
There's
you
no limitation.
so you said there's no limitations. Can you replace like they
To an
said
extent,
fighting
but
stances and stuff?
but
Is
yeah.
that
So if you add an animation and just say like whatever the fighting stance animation is in the files, you rename it and you change it. You can like anything you can replace. So
take like a Fight Forever fighting stance and put it in?
yeah. What someone should do is
That's so
just
wild.
make the fighting stance no stance.
No stance. Yeah. No
Mhm.
stance. Yeah. I agree.
Hopefully someone will do that and like just have it for you. Like if
Yeah.
someone does that for PC and releases it so everyone can just bake it, that would be great. So if any modders are listening to this, do that, please. I don't know how to do
Yes.
that yet. So
Please do that because I'm gonna be
I hate
joining
those
this team
stands.
here pretty soon.
No, they're just terrible.
DR says would be cool if you can add a 2024 Raw and SmackDown arena since 2K doesn't want to give it to us. And
I mean on PC it could be possible.
dude, Joey Styles mod would be fire.
Yeah,
Can you
they're
add?
Oh god, the Joey Styles commentary.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Cat fight.
that'd be great, man. That'd be great.
Mods
Byron,
include new match types. So this is something that I've been wanting to do. And Chainsaw Gnarly was talking about this too. His goal is to make it to where you can add match types. So, because you can add slots of anything in the game now with meta, and you can add things to the weapon list and wheel that you normally wouldn't be able to, and you can add more to anything. So
that's so rad, dude.
it's like
Why would 2K
I lost
not
my
want?
thought for a second. What
No,
were we
you're
talking about?
good.
Yeah.
You're good. Why would 2K not want? Because I know that we had the mod blockers there for a little while until you guys found the workaround. But I don't understand why people wouldn't want this. Like, if you guys are capable of doing it for them and releasing it to the public without just doing it on PC and there was no blocks to it, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Even corporates giving them ideas, you know.
Yeah, I have a
Yeah,
lot of ideas. If anyone in 2K wants to listen, oh, here's some one of my top 5 things that I want in the game.
Oh.
Well, for one, for create an arena, they just need to include everything that's in the files of the game. Everything that has a model in there, any venue. So I was saying this earlier, but I'll expand on it a little bit more. If you go into the files of the game, there's so many different venues. that they could put into like the game to edit, but they don't. So I was saying there's a Silver Dome. There's like 3 different versions of Madison Square Garden with the center
That are all just
entrance.
sitting in the code?
Different
Yeah.
templates.
Yeah, so because like some of these arenas are used for showcases and stuff, but that's
Right.
the only time they're ever used.
Mhm.
And they're all in there. Like the ECW arena 300 is in there. It's not done. But it's from 2K15. It's the same arena they had in 2K15. It's still in there, but
It's just
it's just not unlocked. But yeah, Blackheart is he's made like he added more to it, and he's like fixed it all up. He put his own textures on it, and he uploaded it for people to download. But the base arena itself is in the game. But in Create an Arena, it's so if you go into Create an Arena and you look at the warehouse arena, that's the ECW 2300 arena, but they have all these banners and stuff all over. The crow's nest is actually in the corner of that arena, but it's covered by tarps and stuff. But the
What the
actual
fuck?
arena is
What
in the
is-
game, but they don't let us
Oh,
use
I
it.
don't-
And so Raymond James Stadium's in the game. All these different
Huh.
like MetLife Stadium, how it has that one white roof that has the center and it's like a square open. That is
Yeah.
in the game. There's 10 different roofs in the game, but none of them in Create an Arena.
That's weird. Like retractable roofs and all that, and closed domes and.
And you just can't use any of it unless you're modding.
I heard the
Oh.
Vegas assets are already in the game too. Is that true?
Yeah, so they usually add everything in the game like a patch before it comes out. And right now there's actually stuff in the game for DLC, like with the War Games Arena, the WCW one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's a football in the game for the Pat McAfee DLC, a weapon. And there's an apple in the game too for Carlito.
I was about to say
with
that.
the chunk bitten out of it too. So either it's gonna be a interactive move, or a taunt where he bites the apple, but it's also I think gonna be a weapon. Maybe the chunk comes off when you hit someone with it. I don't know.
Or like a payback.
Yeah, that'd be cool
Could-
too.
could
Where
be
you
like
That
a
spit
fun
in
in
the
the
face.
football.
Wow. Well, let's get into some more shit here. What else is in this game from the DLC?
I don't know. There's not too much. Like most of it's just like props and stuff like that. Like the WCW arena with the war game. The
So
ECW pack
is that
had the
gonna be
dumpster that wasn't released and stuff.
is that War Games Arena gonna be playable like without a cage around it?
I don't think. I mean,
Just a,
they never do that, and it's weird because the funniest thing is, so the Hell in a Cell, the normal cage, all that, those are props. The War Games cage is labeled as a stadium. So you basically put a stadium in a stadium
huh.
with the War Games cage. And I don't know, I mean, the modders last year made it so you can play in both rings, but it was a little glitchy. But what they could do, I don't understand why they don't do this, is just have what they normally do with the ring in and out physics, and have like the middle area between the 2 rings, just have it like it is in the War Games, where you have to like there's little certain moves you do on. Like
Yeah.
I don't understand why they still haven't made it so you can fight in those arenas without the cage, and like create an arena with those. Like, because it kind of sucks that you're stuck playing these arenas for a war. Like, what if you're playing an AEW universe or a different universe? You can't use the War Games.
Yeah.
Can't use that match at all.
Yeah. So you can't even do like I want them to do the actual War Games to where it's got the top on the
Yeah, they
cage.
should do that for
Yeah,
the
it's gonna be-
WCW one. They
CW,
hope they do. But one thing, I don't want to get anyone's hopes up here, but like, there's no roofed war games in the files as of now, but they have the war games labeled as new, or like the new version of war game, and then they don't. So I'm thinking maybe they'll add the retro version.
That'd be cool.
Like when they put things with like the brackets that says new, or usually means there's going to be an alternate version, like with day and night. And if you go into create an arena, the outside arenas, they used to never say day or night by them. They were just stuck on evening. But now when you go into create an arena, it says night by them. So I think they might add like other variants of day, evening, and
Or even why not integration for like weather? You know, rain or very
yeah.
cloudy, or just in the integrations.
Samoa Joe out there in a fucking rain suit.
Yeah, Raymond James. That would be a perfect
Raiden
one.
Arena needs like a big overhaul, but I know Lynch Reborn, I think he said that he heard from someone that they want to revamp Raiden Arena completely. They were just waiting on the okay, and it could happen any year now. So I'm hoping that for 2K25 we get that revamped version of Raiden Arena. But I know like there's two modes that are definitely like on high priority to improve. And it's like Universe is the top one. That one needs improvement, like big time.
Wait, so it's on your list or their list?
Well, with Kraden Arena, the revamp, it's something they've been wanting to do. So
Okay.
it's something they want to do themselves. They've just been waiting on the okay, I guess. Because for each year, I think the interview you had with the Universe mode guy, he was talking about how like they only have time for certain things on their list to do every year,
Yep.
and everything else gets pushed back and pushed back and pushed back.
Mhm.
And this is one of those things where it could happen this year, it could happen in 3 years. But it has like if it's one of the things that they choose to focus on. But they have plans to revamp Kraden Arena. And like I said with the things in the files of the game, if they gave us the options to choose a roof, choose the stadium, choose the fan layout, choose all these different things in Kraden Arena, it just brings so much more to it.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
I was gonna say, Marty, is there a file in there? And I'm trying to remember if there's been any wrestling games. I've noticed like there's no refs in a cage match, no elimination chambers. Like, is there a mod for that, or is it in a file? I can't recall. I don't know if you know, Jesse. Is there any of the wrestling games that have, because there's always been, you do a pinfall and there's no ref, and it just does the magical 1, 2, 3 or submission, and someone will
Yeah, I
call.
don't know. I think there could be so with things that are like that, like playable thing or unplayable appearing on. There's usually flags for these things that are attached to certain things. Like for example, the table you can set it on fire, but if you were to set that fire tag to something else, you could realistically light anything on fire. That's a weapon. So and the same
And
thing is
you've
with
done
the
that too in some
referee.
years, right?
Yeah, remember you used to be able to do it with the 2x4?
Yeah.
You used to be able to
Yep.
light it on fire.
Yes.
So I was thinking of working on a mod like that, where it I'll have to set it up like it's a table at the beginning to be able to light it on fire, but then it'll still have the right animations of striking and stuff. Because I kind of have an idea now, like you know how there's the glitch where you pick up the table while you're lighting it and you can pick it up while it's on fire.
Yeah.
Well, doing that,
Mhm.
but modding it to be a different weapon, you could do it with that's what I was thinking of modding. So you could kind of implement things like that. So with the ref and the cage and stuff, I feel like it could if you turn that on, you could get a ref in there. With the cage one, it's weird though because there is a ref. He's just he's at the door.
Yeah,
I don't
outside.
I don't know how, but with one with no ref at all, yeah, there has to be because like the TLC match, there's no ref, and even if you turn the pin on, there's still no ref. So
Hmm.
yeah, I don't know. I never really thought of that, but there has to be a way to just put a ref and making it
Referees in a
appear.
Rumble match where they check if someone fell out of the ring. I
Yeah,
know
that'd
that's
be
been done.
cool, like putting some around the ring. I know I've seen some mods where people have modded in cameramen holding cameras outside the ring, but I don't think they moved. I think they were just standing there.
They recreate the
Dude,
Undertaker to Shawn
I
Michaels.
I 100% with confidence can say if I started modding, this YouTube channel's over. Like I I would spend all of my free time into this shit, just having fun, dude. Jesus,
Yeah,
it
there's so
sounds
much to do.
Yeah.
it sounds endless. It really does.
It
It sounds
really is. Because and especially without adding things, you can replace anything, right? So you could technically get an arena from Pokemon or anything you want and add it in, and wrestle in it. It's crazy to think that because if someone really wanted to, they could go into the WWE game and change everything and make it basically a different game within the WWE game. Imagine like making every arena a different arena. Like you could literally change the game to anything you want.
That's so wild to think of, man. My imagination is just running wild right now thinking about it. But
Like
well, what blows me away is that you guys can get in there and figure this kind of thing out. And I almost wonder if 2K should just have a lot of you modders on the side running this fucking game while they're doing 2K25.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if they would hire fans that know, like modders that know what they're doing, and just let them like obviously not like there's certain things that have a deadline and stuff, but
Right.
say, hey, we want this done. Can you do it? Or hey, come up with something that you think would be cool in the game. Because modders like they do things so much quicker. Like they have like because 2K will come out with a game every year and there'll only be a couple new things.
Right.
But modders you'll see constantly they have new mods, new stuff. And all mods is literally just stuff you can put in the game. They're just unofficially in the game. If 2K puts them in the game, that's the only thing from them being official and unofficial.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I could see like 2K putting like obviously the restrictions on characters, right?
Yeah.
But when it comes to like Rips making the updated WWE tag team titles,
so
or things like that.
Stuff like titles right now, I think some things they try to use as a selling point for the next game. So like certain update things, but there's certain like things that they could get modders to do without like working in general, like towards the game. Like if they say, oh, we don't have time to do this, okay, then hire someone that does.
Yeah.
Like because people modders add like I said, like they can add so much within like a week. You'll see some people with quite a few things that like if they do that within a week, if they were working for 2K, all those things that they were working on could technically be in the game if they match with what 2K wants like in the game.
Well,
But like that excuse of we don't
Mm.
have enough time, I don't buy that.
well, also, like you said, like the hair physics. So if you guys can work out the kinks with these hair physics, like Joe matchups for instance,
Yeah.
Joe matchups, Rips, a lot of you guys are out there that are doing phenomenal work. It's those type of things that even working on like the next installment of the series.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
To
like
just
Conrad
kinda
said. He said
What?
NBA 2K, they hired modders. I don't know if it's just a WWE thing.
Did they?
Yeah, I do remember that. I think just Brian told us that. I think. I don't know if this is just a WWE thing and they want to get approval. Like, can we get this person? Can we get this person? No, I don't know.
It could be too, because WWE is, I don't know. They're different. they're different, man. Well, listen, Marty, it's been a pleasure, man. I appreciate you coming onto the show, dude. It's been fun.
Oh,
Hopefully we can
anytime.
do this. Hopefully we can do this again, man. And
Oh, for sure. I'm down.
I can't wait to see the work that you do throughout the rest of the year. I'm
Yeah,
excited
I have a lot
for
planned.
all the stuff that you have done. And now you've got me interested in jumping into this world. I may have some extra questions.
I'll get one more question in. It's from Joe Comps. It's not really a question. Is Big Head mode? Is there a file for that? Is that still
I
in?
mean, when was the last time that was in?
He says 19 or 20.
I mean, I'm sure it is. Cause like the concerto and stuff, like those files are in the game. But it's the question is if it works still. A lot of things in the files are still there. They just don't work anymore.
They're just sitting there.
That's because that's the Ukes codes and shit, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Go figure.
and sometimes 2K will break something by accident, and since they didn't make the code, they don't know how to fix it.
Man. Hey, Marty, go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you, man.
You can find me on Twitter or X at Prince Marty M. You can see updates of my mods and stuff there. Or you could also sub to my YouTube if you want. I'm gonna start posting hopefully soon. I want to start doing universe modes and maybe some mod showcases too.
That's going to be a fun channel. You could also, show off your mods on there, dude. Like there's so many mods that you do just from arenas alone
Yeah.
that will get these views, you know, like this
Yeah, for
insane
sure.
Walmart arena, you know, that people don't
Twitch,
know about.
Twitch
Not everybody
streams.
has Twitter, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
a lot of people YouTube. So
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. There's a whole different community on YouTube than
whole
Twitter
different
and-
community. Yes,
Yeah.
you can reach a whole nother level over here, man. And I think that people would enjoy your content. I for
Thank you.
sure would subscribe. I'm gonna subscribe actually right
Yeah,
after this.
I
Thank
know.
you.
I was watching your Twitch streams when you were doing them once in a while.
Yeah, I used to stream on like when I first started last year. I was streaming a bit. Maybe
So,
I might start that again.
Can you
Fun.
stream before we go? Can you stream you doing some of the things like going into the code? Can you show that on screen?
I don't know about going into the code but my create an arena mods I've streamed without an issue because
that.
and you can also hide like so with the create an arena ones I'm still on the PC mods you're basically doing them all in Blender so you're not even really on the game.
Everything, don't do it.
Disclaimer.
Don't get in trouble. Okay, yeah,
But
yeah.
with the create an arena mods, I just use Cheat Engine, and when you're streaming, you can hide that window. So I can
Okay.
hide that window, and you can still see what I'm doing on the screen and how things are moving around and stuff.
Oh, that's kind of rad, dude. You should do that sometime so I can watch.
Yeah,
Let me know in advance.
Just all the
I
ideas you threw out there to us.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, the commentary one was the wildest one.
Well, man,
Yeah, that one's
listen,
cool.
it's been shit. All of it sounds
Yeah,
fun to me.
we could
I
talk
know.
for hours.
There's so much shit that- yeah, we should have you on again for sure.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
for sure. Just hit me up. I'm down.
Yeah, there's dude, there's so much stuff in my game that I would replace in a heartbeat. With like
Yeah,
newer
there's-
things,
Yeah.
characters too included.
Great.
Like, I
Now
don't
you're gonna
even-
make me sad playing the game. Oh, I wish I could have done this.
Oh
that's
man,
what like I started on console and I just wanted barbed wire around the ring, and now look where I'm at.
yeah. It's like I just want barbed wire.
Yeah.
5
Now I don't
Walmart
even
later.
play the game.
Yeah.
I mod more than
Here's
I
a
play.
pumpkin patch. Here's a Christmas tree lot. Here's me fighting in the middle of Times Square.
That's awesome, dude.
Wow.
That's so rad. Yeah, so I definitely got questions outside of this podcast that I'm going to be hitting you up with
For
here
sure.
in a few days because it looks like I may be starting a new hobby. I don't know. We're gonna find.
Yeah, for sure.
Find
I can show you how to add characters to their own slots.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great, man. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get into it, dude, and have some fun with it. But Marty, it's been a pleasure, dude. Guys, go and sub to his channel. Go check out his mods. Go follow him on Twitter. Everything's in the description of this podcast as well.
Thank you, JB.
Oh, did I miss a comment?
Oh, he just
he
said
just said he
okay.
subbed.
Good stuff, man. Yeah, go sub to the channel. Show support. But yeah, man, I'm Jesse. He's James. Marty, it's been a
And
pleasure.
I'm Meowth.
Huh?
And I said Meowth. That's the name.
Yeah. There you go. There you go, guys. Take it easy. We'll see you next week right here on the Pro Wrestling Show.